My name is James Blackburn. I live and work in the American Southwest. As a result, I have the good fortune to be able to travel to a variety of beautiful locations. As a professional filmmaker, I document my life through video adventures and I share them with the world. Stay tuned as I travel through the world of movies and the beautiful outdoors. Thanks for watching the James Blackburn Experience. It's about 7 a.m. Sun is starting to come up. Nice, cool morning. Beautiful. Very calm and nice. Just can't complain. Look how awesome this place is.
Chapter 3, Layover Day, an historic hike. Greetings and salutations, my friends. It's another beautiful day here on the Green River in the Canyonlands Park in Utah. It's a layover day, and I get to sleep a little bit later before getting up and enjoying this beautiful day. These layover days are pure gold, especially after the incident yesterday. It's really nice to have a day off the river to relax and later take a hike to explore this beautiful landscape.
All right, good howdy, folks. Welcome to another James Blackburn Experience. Today is day 3 on the Green River, 2023, and it's a layover day. And as you can see, I'm in this awesome canyon area, and the sun is just starting to hit out here. Just a few minutes ago, it came up over the rocks, and down at camp, it hasn't even come up yet at all. It's still nice and cool down there, and it's already 9:30 in the morning. But I had to come out here and just, clear my head in the morning, enjoy a little walk, and take in some of this beautiful scenery all around me. This is really, truly incredible. I should probably address a little bit of the incident yesterday really quick, just to get it out of my head for the day. There was a near-death experience yesterday. I'm coming to terms with it. I think the PTSD that was triggered by it is starting to normalize. My brain's feeling better, not as nervous or anxious. I'll be okay to get back on the river tomorrow. I really came out here to just get some sun on my body in the early morning because it feels nice. I am going to head back to camp and get some breakfast. Drank some water already this morning, but I still feel like I need more. And a good breakfast on a layover day like this is always nice, kind of fuel up the day for the hikes we're going to do later. So stay tuned. All right, folks, time to get out my trusty MSR, which has a stove, and this is the stove here, and the fuel all come in the same pot. So it's a pretty cool little backpacking thing. I haven't used it yet on the trip, so we're gonna make some classic Libby's corned beef hash. That's gonna be so yummy.
While my breakfast was heating up, I checked my solar panel and battery. This is the setup I use to keep my camera and Garmin device charged up for 7 days. Breakfast smelled yummy, and I was hungry and ready to eat soon. The weather was so nice, I didn't even have to wear a long sleeve. I sat here and enjoyed this place and this nice morning air. Time for breakfast. It's nice to chow down and not be in a hurry. The weather was perfect, and I was enjoying my time here at camp. While I was eating my breakfast, I was blown away by the view. This was a great campsite, and the day was already beautiful. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and I was already a couple hundred feet into it. I was feeling good, feeling strong, and ready to explore this beautiful and historic area.
All right, folks, we are hiking over to a panel of petroglyphs. Matt knows exactly where this place is, and I'm excited to see something of a historical nature like this. It's going to be awesome. It's a pretty well-worn trail here. It's easy to follow. Obviously, it gets a lot of traffic.
Matt was taking us to see some petroglyphs that he had found before when he camped here in the past. I was excited to hike with my friends. No rush, just a relaxed hike through the desert. I had food and water with me and was ready to hike for a couple hours or more. First, we will hike to the petroglyphs. Then we will hike to a nearby slot canyon. This day was perfect, and I figured it'll only get better. I am a truly fortunate person to be able to go to places like this with some really great folks. Holy wow! We turned off the main trail and started to head up. I'd like to take this time to thank you folks who tune in and watch my video adventures. You are all truly appreciated. It makes me happy to be able to share some of my life with you all. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Blue skies, warm sun, good friends, and a hike. Can it get any better than this? We shall see.
This was what we were hiking to see. Crazy part about this is it is way off the ground. So centuries ago somebody climbed up there and made petroglyphs. How neat is that?
Matt offered an idea of how they got to that spot on the wall, and it makes great sense to me. He said that the sand dunes out here move all the time, and when this rock art was created, there could have been a sand dune up against the cliff. After a while here, we continued on our way, back down this sandy side trail to the bottom. Then we hiked to a neat slot canyon nearby. I enjoyed hiking in soft sand like this. It feels so nice under the feet, much better than concrete for sure.
I mean, you'll get in there, come around, and it just kind of walls up and you can't go any further. But it is kind of cool.
Wow, and those buttes up above, man, this is outstanding. All right, folks, we are now hiking in a dried up creek bed. You kind of hear it crunching under my feet. And we saw the petroglyphs a few minutes ago. That was amazing. Now Matt is taking us down to a little slot canyon. And then afterwards, we'll hike back to camp, you know, maybe do some board games this afternoon. But yeah, this is most excellent. This stuff has been here forever. It's always changing and growing. Yeah, it'll probably be shaded, huh?
I was thoroughly enjoying this hike. It felt like a mix of nature and history. Being here is almost like going back in time. These canyons have been here forever. It's an honor to get to explore places like this, and I truly appreciate every moment.
All right, we're at the opening of the slot canyon. I know it doesn't look like a slot canyon yet, but trust me, when we get a little further back, we'll start to notice that. Matt found us some nice little shade here, so sitting down, gonna have a little bit of water, maybe a little energy bar, and then continue back in time.
In this section. Lot to explore, but it's hot and dry.
Yeah, it's a big canyon for sure. That's some serious overhang there. Nice shade too. I didn't know if it went through, that's why I went around it. But so back there, folks, that's the slot canyon. We're getting pretty close. Be there in a couple more minutes. All right, folks, we're a little further into the canyon, and the one thing I noticed over here to my left is a blind arch, and a pretty good one at that. Let's go up and see it a little bit closer. When the mud dries up out here, it kind of looks almost like shards of pottery. It's really neat. This one's still wet, so recently there was definitely still water in here. All right, here's the beginning of a blind arch, the one I just mentioned a couple minutes ago. Just thought I'd show you from another angle. And you know, it's a little hot out here today, probably close to 80. So when the shade comes up, we are all really happy because the temperature changes so much. Oh boy, that feels good. It's like a 10-degree drop in temp there. Wow, dude. This is some serious canyon. And it feels like the air conditioning's on in here, which is really nice. So that's the end of the line where the water is, unless you want to swim. And
Oh yeah, see, I was able to walk down into this bowl last time.
so there's a lot more water now, huh?
This would be swimmable. I remember how deep that shit was. It's deeper than what they were saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
And look at all these animal tracks down here. Every critter, looks like deer maybe?
Deer,
Maybe a few other things too.
goats.
Yeah, so they come down here and they get themselves a nice drink. Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder how deep that is and
Oh, dude, that is.
how much further back does this go even? Wow.
Yeah.
That's some serious water there. All right, folks. Well, the canyon ends here for us, but it looks like maybe you could squeeze through a little further if we wanted to swim, but we don't want to do that right now. The water's a bit funky, but I'm blown away by all these animal tracks here. Every animal in the neighborhood comes down here and gets water, it looks like. That's pretty cool. What are the holes over here from, Matt? From just water or something, or what would cause that? Like these over here, yeah.
Yeah, point your camera straight up. That's where it's coming from.
Wow.
That road.
So over the years, water's just dripped and formed all these different.
You're gonna see that in Jasper Canyon, and it's wild. I mean, they look like it's 100,000 little hobbit holes everywhere.
After that wonderful hike, I headed back to camp. I had a few things I needed to do, and I was feeling energetic after the hike. Plus, the energy of this place was giving me a second wind, and I was feeling happy and content.
All right, we made it back to camp. Some of the folks are down there board gaming. I'm going up to my tent to kind of freshen up a little bit and take off my backpack. Good hike. That was an absolutely wonderful hike between the petroglyphs and the Slot Canyon. That was amazing. All right, another classically beautiful day here on the Green River. Down here we have a couple of our canoes, and everybody's canoes are all dried out except for ours. After our incident yesterday, there's still some water down in there. So I'm gonna get in there with the sponge, get the rest of that water out of there, and let this thing dry overnight so we have a nice, dry, tidy canoe for in the morning. So, yep, that's my little afternoon thing, and then I'll go back up to camp and I'll start packing up my gear up there and kind of pre-pack anything that I don't need tonight and bring it down to the boat to make it packing, in the morning a little quicker. Well, it's not perfect, but it's a lot less wet than it was a few minutes ago. So incredibly quiet up here. Beautiful.
Back at camp, and all is calm and good in the world, at least right here and now.
Okay, afternoon project before dinner is to pack up all this stuff and get this tarp cleaned off. I want to get all this stuff organized and ready for tomorrow so that I can bring this tote down to the canoe and sort of pre-pack it, have it down there and ready to go. I want any gear that I have up here to be packed up properly and taken down to the canoe. Anything that I'm not going to be using tonight, that is. I'm going to try to pack this stuff up before the sun gets back on my camp here, because right now it's shaded and it's much easier to work when the sun isn't beating on you. So yeah. All right, fast forward about an hour or so. Everything off the tarp is packed into this backpack and this tote. So pretty much ready to go on both these items. However, I still have my bedding and clothing in here that I'll take out here in a little bit. And of course, the chair needs to be broken down later tonight after we have our campfire experience.
A little while later, and it was getting close to dinner time. Tonight was Roger's turn to cook, and he never disappoints. Thanks, Raj. Spaghetti is a classic, but it tastes even better out here in the wilderness with my friends. Pile on some Parmesan cheese, and yes, please, yummy! I was literally a happy camper, and I was enjoying everything about this trip. As evening approached, we knew it was time to use the trusty fire pan and have us a campfire experience. As usual, this is one of my favorite things about camping. Campfires are good medicine.
Did you guys get full?
Yeah, thank you, man. That was yummy.
Yeah, that was delicious, man. Thank you.
All right, folks. Had a wonderful dinner provided by Raj. Spaghetti. It was so yummy and filling. And now everybody's kind of prepping gear to get ready to canoe tomorrow morning. I prepped a bunch of gear and brought it down to the canoe already. And now I'm just sitting here enjoying the campfire. It's always a beautiful time.
The stars were all out in full force as we started to retire to our campsites for the night. Time to get some shut-eye and rest up. Tomorrow will be another float day, and we needed to be rested for the 10 or 12 miles of canoeing we will do. Now off to my trusty walrus tent to snuggle down in my sleeping bag and get some rest. Look at my little home. It's always so inviting. This tent has never failed me. It has always been watertight and out of the wind. Makes me smile just to see this. Good night, folks. Love, love. Hate, hate. Take care of each other.
Straight there, is it? Three, two, one. Went on this little early morning walk, really to get some sun. Where is that sun at? Anyway. All right. Thanks.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Remember, folks, life is beautiful if you know where to look. Keep your eyes, your heart, and your mind open. It just might lead you somewhere special. Thank you for watching the James Blackburn Experience. Please check out my channel for over 1,000 additional video adventures.